Okay, I just put all the rings on with the help of my dad. What we did was, I put up a photo of what we did, is I used this copper shim to put on the where the gap was, because otherwise it would scratch the piston. I might have done it correctly, but I didn't really want to snap a ring, so yeah, I put that shim where the edge was. Now I'm ready to put the conrod, or the piston in the conrod. I'll probably put the conrod in first, then the piston. Just got to really oil that up, clean it up a lot, and I've tightened these up because if you remember, I had to put a piece of wood in here, so I tightened both that and that up. So now I'm ready to put the conrod in. Okay, I've got that joined on and that's perfect. Perfect. Now what I've got to do is join the piston on. Okay, the circlets are in. One, and there's the other one. Anyway, it's all coming together now. Starting to look a bit more like an engine. Now I've got to just get a ring compressor off my mate who has one. So I have to get that probably, depending on what time it is today, I might be able to go get it today, but I probably won't have time to put the cylinder back on today. Okay, I just got home from getting a ring compressor. So that's it there. It's made from copper. It's an old style, so we just tighten that screw and it'll just tighten up. I was a bit afraid of using it at first, but then he gave me this plastic, so you put that inside it. I'll give it a clean up, of course, get all the dust and shit off it. So yeah, I'm a bit more confident using it now that it's got the plastic inside, so that won't scratch the piston. I also got some other goodies from him because he didn't want them. Some tools. I have no idea what that is. I'll ask my dad to see if he knows what it is, but I'm lost as to what that is. It says Mecha Quality Tools. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Obviously something to grab. I don't know. Anyway, got that one. And then there's this little one. He said he thought it might have been something to do with a spring compressor, like a valve spring compressor, but I don't know. It does sort of open up a bit. That, how does it work? Yeah, there you go, now it's open. I don't know. I'm not sure, so I just got those tools off him just because he didn't want them. He said he'd never use them, so try and find out what they're for. If any of you know, please tell me. Okay, I'm just about to put the new gasket on, the cylinder on, and I've just put a new gasket on there. That ring compressor didn't work, it wouldn't tighten enough, so what I've done is I've cut this around, cut this piece of sheet metal, and you bend that around the piston, and then you use that as the ring compressor. Okay, all three rings are in, using this, four I should say. All four rings are in using this homemade aluminium ring compressor. It's held up by those blocks of wood, so now if you can take the blocks out and I'll hold the piston. I'll just turn the camera off because they don't need to see it. Okay, block is on, not bolted on, but I'll put those bolts on now. I've just tightened those bolts up, well, decently tight, like a spark plug, like hand tight, then a bit more. Filled the cylinder with oil just to lubricate it heaps, and I'm turning it around, and it's actually not that easy to do. I need two hands to sort of turn it around. I'm a little bit concerned. Maybe it's just because these rings are brand new. That's probably what it is. I'm hoping. Yeah. Okay, next what I was going to do, I was going to put on that piece there with the crank arm and stuff, which would mean I'd have to put all the governor back on, but that's okay. Just the weights in there. But it turns out that when I was making the gaskets, I only did the outline for it. So that's the outline for it there. So I guess that's not going to happen because it's night time and I can't be bothered. So what I'm going to do is put on this gasket here. Not that gasket, that piece there, which is that, and the gasket underneath it. I just remember that before I put this piece on here, I'll just put the other two nuts on here and tighten those ones up. Okay, So I made that gasket there, but just to seal it in a bit extra, I thought I'd use a bit of this gasket stuff. I didn't put it under the cylinder. I don't know why. I think I just forgot about it really. But yeah, I'm gonna just to seal it up a bit extra, and especially around here on this gasket and on this gasket, because I really don't want to have them leaking on me. I've just put the injector on for the time being. I was going to put the injector on, but I thought I'd clean out all the lines going to it, like the injector line, that one, and also the copper fuel line. I just don't want any shit going on into the injector pump. That could be catastrophic since I put all this time into the engine. So next thing I could do is put on this thrust plate here. I'll just make sure these screws are tight because I did loosen them, and then yeah, I'll put that thrust plate on. Okay, just put a thin layer of gasket shit. I don't really think it's 100% necessary, but I just don't want to have to take this stuff off again. Okay, that's all for tonight. I think I'll call it a night. I've put that on. I don't know how much crank float it has. I mean, it has a bit. I can hear it moving. It's not much. I don't know. I think it's good. I've put on same sort of thickness gasket. Yeah, I'm hoping that's alright. I've put the valves on. I'll leave that oil in there just to help keep it lubricated. Tomorrow what I've got to do is make the gasket for that. And then when I put that on, well, before I put that on, I've got to put all these this counterweight on. Yeah, I'll put that on. That goes. It doesn't matter. I'll show you later. That goes on first, and then I'll put that on. Then what I'll do is I'll actually give it a few cranks over to see, once I clean out these fuel lines, to see if it's timed correctly. I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to change the timing because I haven't even tested it yet. But that's my main concern, is that timing isn't correct. I'm actually going to go up to the shops tomorrow and see if I can find a fuel filter for this. I'll take this off and show you what it looks like. I've seen one similar to this, but I'll just see if I can find a new one. I actually decided against getting a new one because, look at it, it's antique. I want to keep this, so what I'm going to do is get a clean tin of diesel and just soak it in diesel overnight. Hopefully blow it out the air in the morning.